The schooners and the Newfoundland fishermen may be gone from Labrador, but the Labrador fishermen remain. This is Henry John Williams of Cartwright, one of the most successful fishermen on the coast. Last summer, he caught over 15,000 pounds of salmon alone. But salmon is about all that's left. The years of 2,000 cantles of codfish are over. We followed Mr. Williams from Cartwright to a summer fishing room at Long Island on the coast. He was returning in the late summer for a few days of bake-apple picking with his family. Mr. Williams remembers the big days when he had a big crew of men fishing from Newfoundland and Labrador, and the Labrador coast was a busy place. Henry John Williams is also regarded as one of the best trappers and hunters in Labrador, and a writer and singer of songs. Songs written during the lonely nights in a trapper's tilt. And if you ask him, he will sing, especially for his old friend, Mike Martin.
I had 9 men for years, sir. 5 Newfoundlanders and 4 Labrador. And far as I was concerned, we had the best kind of a year. We all got along good. I had Newfoundland people for years and years. We always got along good.
And in those years you'd catch about a couple of thousand cantles of fish?
We get around 2,000, sometimes over 2,000. They're very good for the people on Labrador, eh? Well, take a big schooner come down here now with 15, 16 men. Or you're 17, 19 men on it, they get around 3,000 and 4,000 cantles of fish. Well, I mean, I couldn't keep up with that, eh? I never had the men, but for what men I had, sir, I guarantee you that we always got our share, no doubt.
If you had 2,000 cantles today, you'd be a rich man.
Yes, sir, make a lot more than I did then, but I used to always make the 2 ends meet, eh, and trapping and all as it was.
It started to go, Henry. Did it go all of a sudden, or did it taper off?
No, it started going gradually going. And Mike, every year getting a little less. When Mike, last year I had a crew and figured it was worthwhile to have a crew and keep them. I had 500 cantles of fish. Mr. Perry, our minister, is down in Goose Bay now. Pastor Perry, Pentecostal man. He was with me that summer. Sounds funny for me to have a minister fishing with me, but he fished with me, and I think he'd like to come back if there was anything for him to come back for. Yeah, that's what he tells me, you know. He spent a good summer here with me.
How do you feel about coming back here now when things are gone down compared to what they used to be? Does it make you feel sad?
Right happy, sir. I just feel a little bit down and out because I haven't got the men. Eh? And Wallace, he's my oldest son. I work quite hard and get something for him, and then the fish all go away. He can't make it on that. He got to go and look for another job. He's in St. John's now, while he's working in St. John's. And that's where a lot of my money went. It's all gone in my gear. I can show you my 5 cod traps. I'm here setting up pretty close to them. I can show you what I got. I got 60-odd grapples. Any man can go and look at them.
That's a lot of gear, sir, isn't it?
I got 20 gill nets. I got 25 salmon nets. I don't call salmon nets a gill net, but he's nylon, but my cod net, he's a monofilament net, eh? And what I got, sir, I guarantee you the government never give it to me. Clear last year, everybody was getting help from the government at the gear they lost. You know it, I haven't got to tell you, eh? People lost gear last year. One summer before, sir, 3 years ago, I lost 11 nets. And the Newfoundland people from Newfoundland coast, they was here in my harbor. They lost gear well as I did. They got all theirs back. I couldn't get it. They wouldn't give me a thing. So tell me why. But last year they did give me some. I lost 5 last year, and they give them back to me. I mean, just net alone, just the web, eh? But lots of people around here last year, about the Labrador people, they got grapples, rope and everything, but I wouldn't be foolish enough to put that in. If I get a little bit of something, they're good enough to help me out with a little bit of something. I always made my living on my own. I don't want no man to look out to me. But I'm very glad when I do, but I'm going to be down and out when I ask for help, I guarantee you.
Henry, it's been a long haul from young Henry Williams going on to Bald Rock out in Long Island Tickle. Has it been worth it? Would you, if you had to do it all over again, would you do it?
No, sir, no way, Mike. The way the things is going now, Mike, I wouldn't. I'd forget about it, Mike, and go and look for a job. I worked in Goose Bay, Mike, for 3 years when Goose Bay started first. I started to work for 30 cents an hour, and I got up to 45. That's all as I could get. I worked everywhere, in the mill, in the planer. That's all they give me. I said, the heck with that. I go back home to the old fishing home. And that's when I started. I started on my own. But there's a difference in Goose Bay now, but old Henry Williams is awful stubborn.
Do you ever get the feel that a lot of things are working against you? The things that you try?
The fishery is working against me, sir. I mean, you know, it's pretty hard, eh? Well, now the summer I had 4 men clear myself. We go out and we try for a fish, jig around on the banks and jig in the trap bursts and aim it all gill. They'd go out and on up and all you get to be a mess of slub. It's really heartbreaking. I can't feed 4 or 5 men if I'm not getting something, eh? I'm only feeding them on the fishery. Nowadays, I guess they think there's no fish on Labrador. Well, I guess they think there's fish on Labrador. They don't believe the people. Okay, I know the people nice and get a bit of fish. The people up here around Battle, Black Tickle is picking up a bit of fish. But I guarantee you, sir, I'm not telling you I'm the best. There are long lives from it. But if the fish was here, I'm going to have some. But they're not here. We just can't get them. And when then, it's just the same as me going trapping or anybody else. What I call is going back in the country trapping. A lot of people don't understand it. If the fur is there, I'm going to get it. But if it's not there, it's not on the land, we can't get it. So it's same with the fish in the water.
Mike tells me you spend a lot of time trapping and you still go trapping.
Ever since I've been 19 years old, sir. I trapped in the country that way. I don't call trapping around here 9 or 10 miles, that's nowhere. A lot of people trap around here, but I don't call that anywhere. I go back 9 or 10 miles, 20, so I was being 50 miles away. It would skidoo. That's nowhere back.
Years ago, you used to go back, what, 100 miles?
110 miles plane, sir. And then I walked it a good many times. 110 miles straight back in the country from here, sir. Up inside of Port Hope Simpson. A good many steps by foot. I go back there, make $1,000. Some years I made so much as $3,500. And every year I never done that now, but I'd make $1,000, $1,500, $2,000. The price of grub was them times, eh? That was good, you know, eh? But now, $1,000 worth of grub now. Any man that got any strength, he can lug $1,000 worth of grub now.
You weren't allowed to go back, Henry?
Eh?
They had you off at one time. You weren't allowed to go back in the country no more. You weren't supposed to be able to kick.
Mike, 20 years ago, Mike, I stayed in St. Anthony Hospital for 18 months, Mike, lying down in bed, and that'll try any man, Mike. But it bloody well tried me anyway, and it'll try any man that is used to, but is used to working. I guess a man likes lying down, it don't matter where you're to. You just will lie down in the hospital as lie down home, but...
You know, Hal, I learned most about back in the country from people like Henry John, and especially from his singing the songs. Henry was a great songwriter and song singer. He provided us many good nights of entertainment. What about that one you wrote back in Kaifman Pond?
Yeah, it's about Walt Kipling.
Yeah. Give us that.
You know, Mike, I can't sing very good or nothing like that. Or I could sing much better if I was all alone. But when I get on the booze or something like that, I feel a much better way for singing.
That was a great song.
Anyway, I suppose we can always try it. If I make some mistake, well...
You have to understand these songs. You got to understand about the people you're talking
Mike,
about.
I got no learning, Mike. And, excuse me. You make up a song, and you can't write it down or something else, eh? The man make up a song, if he's able to read, he can write it down, and what he made up, he can look at it, he can pick it out and take the best of it. I got to keep it in that old block of head I got, eh? But anyway, we can always try it. Oh, my name is Walt Kipnook from George's Cove Shore. I fished all my life, but I'll fish there no more. The seals is uncertain, the same with the tares, and the ducks they've been scarce for a good many years. Ever last summer fishing we did a poor show. There was dogfish and sculpins wherever you'd go. For the big smiling codfish each day we would roam, and we'll load her with crabs before we goes home. We'll give up the fishery and try for the fur, for everyone say it's a pretty good year. The foxes are swarming the same with the cats, there's hundreds of minks and there's thousands of rats. Oh, the otters are swarming, so the trappers all say. And the beaver last winter, they was heading this way, with a good stock of traps and a nice lot of snares, so load her down quick or we'll catch 'em in pairs. Oh, we're both Pentecostal, as you may understand. The religion we picked up from old Newfoundland, and we both said farewell to our dear loving friends, and we all testified so we'd all meet again. Going up the big lake where all things seem bright, we just sung a hymn and lay down for the night. But then we struck the rapids, so strong was the tide, that once more again and we both testified. Oh, we sat out our traps and we tailed our snares. To load her down quick now we tailed 'em in pairs. We tailed up the marshes, the brooks and the bogs, and the best berth we had was 17 frogs. Hung up on the foxes, hung down on the cats. 'Tis a failure for mink now, the same with the rat. And now for the otters not on the land, the same with the beaver, can go and be damned. Give us the big white weasels and the flary-tailed squirrels. A dozen apiece, we'll head back for the girls. I made up my dozen with traps and me gun, but poor Tommy Burton, he only got one. Oh, planning life's journey needs courage and skill, not floundering along like the mighty big whale. And all things plan right and it all goes so well, and it's only to work like the devil's windmill. No, I get tangled up, you know, I can do it.
What's that one you were singing about the coil the other night?
Oh, yes.
Can you remember it all?
We're heading for a fortune, folks, to yours we'll say goodbye. We got our welcome now, we're out and the beer kegs all gone dry. So I think we'll jump the coil now where the fishermen do flock, who fished all of their poor father's boys from dead to White Point Rock. In the fishing stage, you're any age from 10 to 92. A dozen hens and a billy goat until all make up a crew. Passing all up some sun, sure things were looking black. Out come the big mosquitoes there and they almost turned us back. And everybody shouted, now boys, it ain't no joke to join the Pentecostal crowd or you'll go up in smoke. And choose a straight and narrow road and save your blessed soul. One lad chose the track and line and the other took the pole. Heading up the river now once more come true my dreams. When you're a little fishy you'll sure to work upstream. Wherever you're at when the sun winks, good night to your buddy and you. And it's all okay, all boys, and we'll go a winky too. Way back in the rolling hills where one guy feels so small, it's every night he'll say his prayers and no bad words at all. It's there he'll dream of the old spring bed and the one that he loves best. Anywhere west of Mountain Air Brook, and she's known to be broken res. I think we'll get together now. I head her back for home. She been a long old dreary time and spent most all alone. And if everything goes well, I think it's time we'd cut her loose. 4 long months of trapping now for one smiling pussy puss.
You write those songs yourself when you're up in the
Make
country?
them up, yes, sir. Make them up.
Must be long, dreary nights up there.
You know,
in the
sitting
woods,
in line in the camp, when you got no fur to skin, and then you make up a song. And when you got fur to skin, you're right happy, after your hard days drilling, but nothing left to do, you sit down and try to think about a song. If you don't try to make up one, it's not what you know to try to make up one.
Henry, how long will you stay inside from the time that after you got back?
Well, 4 months. I've been gone 5 months from home.
5 months away. Would it be yourself or a couple
No,
of
sir,
fellows?
I always have a buddy. Yeah. Me and Vern Martin up there, he's trapped 4 years together, but when he went trapping with me, fur was awful low, eh? It's not all that funny in the woods here by yourself for 4 or 5 months. But you got a buddy, eh? You'll see him once in a while, eh? And have a good old, gone 2 or 3 weeks or a month. When you meet, eh? You'll have a good yarn, eh? Telling you one another what you do, eh? Yeah.
What would you do? Go in and make a base camp and then you'd work from
Yes,
that?
sir, yeah. Built 2 or 3 tailed wooden camps. But we stay in canvas ones besides, eh? But the wooden ones was over home, eh? Go home and get a shave and a good... Well, it's not very often I washes anyway, when I'm home or gone, but I like to... It gets so bad, I got to get it cleaned up somehow, you know.
Are you going to go back in again?
Yes, sir, I'm going to go to fall if God spares me to go to... Well, it's just me and Bridget left now, eh? It's just 2 of us. One time, you know, Mike, when the young kids were small, I worked way harder than Mike and what I works now. I used to work like a dog. Wet, no all clothes on, the country soaking wet. Didn't matter, I was feeding me small crowd, eh? But now, they're all gone. Oh, I gave them a very good life, Mike, I hope I did. I worked hard to rear them. He still comes back to see me.
How does Bridget feel now about you going back in the country all by yourself?
Well, she don't want me to go, you know. She feels like chasing me, you know, everywhere I go, eh? But if I take her with me, eh, Mike, no way to talk home or no radio or nothing. I don't think about myself, but I think about her, eh? She gets sick, there's no way to call back home, eh? I know, well, I won't go all that distance, but I go 70 miles or so, but still that's a long ways back, boy, when you got to walk it.